The job market is crazy out there. People are being laid off left and right. And what does that mean for you if you're trying to start your career in cybersecurity, specifically within the security operations domain? Let's talk about it. If you have been applying to jobs from the beginning of the year and aren't getting any calls back, even though you have the hands on skills, education, and certifications, you are not alone. I have seen a lot of qualified people being laid off, unfortunately, and businesses are now being a lot more selective in their process or simply no longer hiring for the time being. This could be due to the lack of budget, losing revenue, or decided to change directions and heavily invest in AI, thus eliminating departments and freeing up budget. Now, there are just so many different other reasons, and it isn't worth it to focus on what you cannot control. Instead, focus on what you can control, and that is the inputs. In other words, work on you, build your character, and continue to apply to SOC related roles. But Steven, I need money. What do I do? Well, in that case, you can try and find yourself a part-time job, preferably in a IT related role such as a help desk. But literally any experience is good experience. For example, let's just say you get a job at McDonald's, which is completely unrelated to cybersecurity. But if you zoom out and look at the skill set of the employees, they work in a fast-paced environment, they communicate to customers, and some even work in shifts. Doesn't that sound like a SOC? A SOC is a fast paced environment, you communicate to clients, and you work in shifts. Now, of course, you don't serve customers food, but you serve clients by providing them with investigations. The technical skills you can learn, but the soft skills is what many are lacking, and you want to be in an environment that can force you to level those up. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not saying to go and get a job at McDonald's, but if that is where you end up, who cares? You're in the season of learning. Learn as much as you can and earn later in life. Here are a couple things that you can do right now to increase your chances the moment you do get an interview for a SOC related role. Number one, communication. Hiring managers aren't just looking for people who can do the technical work. They want someone who can also communicate well and break down technical jargon or concepts into plain English. You want to look to level up your communication skills by writing blogs and think about presenting your findings via video. And you don't have to share this as well because it is a self-improvement exercise. You can record yourself and see where you can improve. The more practice you do, the better you become. Number two, hands-on skills. You may or may not have been doing your labs or projects, and if you have, great job, and continue doing them. If you haven't, now is a great time to start doing so. If you are new, don't rush into getting a job in cybersecurity because it seems that nobody is hiring. And if they are hiring those that either meet all of their requirements or slightly exceeds them. Remember, you want to focus on the inputs, what you can control. Get better at learning the tools, develop a methodology, and build up your portfolio. The more labs and projects you participate in, the better you can talk about that. And that is key. Back when I was hiring for SOC Analysts, I always asked the candidate to talk more about their experience and gave them a troubleshooting scenario to see how they respond. Some would be able to answer it because they actually experienced it, whereas some didn't have much troubleshooting experience. Be the one with more experience. Number three is latest technology. While you're applying for jobs and leveling up both your soft and technical skills, you don't want to forget about learning the latest technology. If you can stay ahead of the curve and keep up, you will have an edge during your interviews. For example, AI. Everybody loves AI. If you can learn how to make it work for you, awesome. Or even SOAR. Although not the latest technology per se, but it is a technology that a lot of organizations are trying to implement properly and use effectively. Perhaps spend some time studying and learning more about SOAR. You can develop some playbooks and automation using AI, or if you're a coder, this is where you shine. Learn about how APIs work and what kind of software can work with each other, because those are all valid skills that will impress a lot of people, especially if you have the hands on experience rather than just reading about it. All in all, the job market currently sucks. And I don't want you to feel like you failed or be discouraged because you haven't received an interview yet or because you have been rejected multiple times, even though you have the skills, education, and certifications. I know, easier said than done. Companies that are hiring now have the benefit of taking their time and selecting a candidate from a large talent pool that can meet or exceed their expectations. So, my advice for you is to grab a couple of job postings and really hammer down the requirements and qualifications. If you're short on money, think about a part time job, specifically in IT, but if that is not working out, get any job. Any experience is good experience, as soft skills can translate over to cybersecurity. And that is it for the video. I hope you found that informative, and if you did, let me know by hitting that like button and subscribe if you want to. Remember to stay curious and do things differently.